The following podcast is a member of the Pokecasters Network. Pokecasters Network, supporting Pokemon content creators, their shows, and the community of Pokemon fans. To find out more, check out PokecastersNetwork.com or find us on Twitter and Facebook.
I'm a 1920s New York gangster, see?
I swear we have an intro like that before.
What's up?
Have we?
I swear we have an intro where Mansour was doing 1920s New York gangster.
Meh.
Hello everyone, welcome to Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes that Scratch is an overpowered move. I am your host, your PM, your DM, your GM, Anirudh himself, and with me here, the only person in the world to read every single Princeton review book for every single AP exam.
It's me, Mansour. In 1492, Constantinople was conquered by the Ottoman Empire and then became Istanbul. Was it 1492? No, I think it was 1451. Whatever. Anyway, and I'm here someone with me who doesn't use safety goggles in a lab because he has glasses and he thinks that's good enough.
It's me, Muhammad. I actually have glasses that are like double as safety goggles. Like they're safety goggles with custom lenses, actually. So you need to check yourself.
Semantics.
Also, if I am not mistaken, I believe you just said, I'm here someone with me.
Wait, did he?
Yeah, check the tape.
I can't do
man.
words.
That's wonderful.
It was something along the lines of like, and I'm someone here with me, or something
My
like
bad.
that.
I am
Also,
someone, and
I
here
have to clarify because I know someone's going to call me out on it. Constantinople was conquered in 1453. There we go.
He Googled it.
I had to Google it. I had to fact check
Well,
myself.
when you said 1492, I'm like, what?
No, that's
Are
what
you really gonna do
sailed the ocean
Columbus?
blue.
Yeah. Are you? about
That's
to
what
do
I was
Columbus?
expecting you to say, and it was just like, in 1492, Constantinople was conquered, and I was like, okay, cool, like, we're gonna roll with that, because, you know, we're making up facts.
Because we're making up facts.
Because I just thought, I don't see you had no faith in them. I just thought 1492 was just a really productive year for individuals. Apparently not the case. But,
You expect me to give this guy credit?
I don't know. You might have to. First of all, how are you guys doing today?
It's a week later, and it is still cloudy outside my window. I say this because a week from today, like, even though we recorded this and the last one at the same time, like, you know, blah, 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 a week from today, it will still be cloudy outside my window. We don't get sun here.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Individual number 2.
I'm doing
History
fine.
man. Yeah.
I'm doing okay.
Cool. Great. Glad to see it. So things are going well, things are going cool. Just like last week, this week the history book has not changed. Except you guys walked a bit more.
Guys,
I'm sorry if I
This
spoiled the history lesson, but there you go.
I will have kept up this streak for an entire arc as of today, which is amazing. So last episode,
I cannot wait for the start of Arc 4 because he
And
will
then I
have
just mess
forgotten.
up completely.
He will have forgotten everything by then.
Yes.
Anyway,
I can guarantee.
All right, lock it in. He's remembering everything.
Last episode, Ralph. We start with Ralph, and Ralph is stuck in the hole. Decides to check again. Maybe there is an exit, and he finds that he can actually climb out. He climbs out, starts making his way towards Kyle's last known direction / location. Meanwhile, Kyle and Mike and the Obstagoon are looking around, and Kirk just happens to, he showed up. They explain the whole double ghost or quadruple ghost thing to them, and they start figuring out where to go from there. And they also realize that that HD lost the item inside the box. reaches Kyle's last known location and realizes he's not there and decides to start moving towards Gale Beach. When suddenly he gets jumped by 2 of the ghosts. Ralph doesn't know what's going on. He's just confused. But luckily, the goon, Kyle, Kirk, HDL show up, and they all help him take down the 2 ghosts. And after a little bit of explanation on Ralph's part, they travel towards Gale Beach, and they reach the destination. Obstagoon says, "Thank you very much. I will take the item that HD had lost, and I will deliver it to its location. You guys have other business here, right?" And we're like, "Yep." And that's our last episode.
Anything, Dad?
I mean, there were a lot of like he got the general plot. It's just there were a lot of details that you really kind of flubbed.
It's maybe, yeah, but
there were a non-insignificant number of details that you really just flubbed on.
it's a summary. But if you want to correct me, please correct me.
No. It's not that you missed the details. It's that you just flat out were wrong.
Okay, well then correct me.
All right. Well, rewinding.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Yeah, you said they found Kirk, and then they started explaining things, and they realized HD lost the item. You didn't mention the fact that they had to go find HD.
Well, yes. Sorry, I forgot.
They didn't realize HD lost the item before they found HD.
Right. Yes. HD told them that.
You said that everyone helped take down the ghosts. It was just the goon.
Right. It was just the goon.
You said that there was explanation on Ralph's
But they all
part.
eventually showed up.
They all of it. Yes. You said there was explanation on Ralph's part. There was more explanation for Ralph's sake. Ralph didn't do any explaining.
That was just me not knowing how to say words. I'm sorry.
And those are the 3.
Okay.
Those are my notes.
Yeah. One of them I glossed over. One of them I just didn't explain well enough, and the last one I just didn't know how to say that Ralph needed to be explained to. My bad.
So,
I'll do better next time.
So,
There you
Swana, what would you judge it?
What was that?
Swana, how would you judge it?
I wasn't playing Swana.
I believe that he gave a valiant effort, but at the end of the day, there was a lot of mistakes that were just very hard to ignore. I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give this performance a 1.1
Out of
10, like we always judge things on.
Well,
this
you know,
show.
Swan, that you're being a little bit too harsh on the guy. You know, he did his best. His heart's clear in the right place. He knows what he's doing. And at the end of the day, he got most of the plot right. So me, as the Swampert from Mark 2, I think, let me roll my die real quick. Let me see what I'm gonna give.
It's D100.
Oh, right, it is D100. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give him a 98. You know, he lost. He messed up.
You did not roll a 98.
He did roll a 98.
Are you kidding me? You gave him a 9.8.
Sorry, yeah, so 9.8. I give him a 9.8 because here's why. He made 3 mistakes, one of which was really not a mistake. He just didn't know how to say it properly. So he stuck on 0.2. Other than that, flawless 9.8.
Oh my
So what does that average to? 1.1 plus 9.8.
That's 10.9, my guy. That averages to a 5.45.
6, exactly.
Huh?
Oh wait, no. I did. Sorry, yeah, it is 5.45. I forgot to put parentheses in my calculator. Okay.
Oh boy.
How did you get 6?
Because I just typed in 1.1 plus 9.8 divided by 2. 9.8 divided by 2 first. Add the 1.1, and it comes out to 6. Yeah, I just didn't put parentheses.
Well, personally,
I'll take it.
I found it.
I'll take the 6.
I found the overall summary to be exactly that, a summary. Now, after rolling my dice and calculating the procedures, I've determined that I rank it at 6.6 out of 10. Solid effort, nothing really dramatic. Also, this isn't quite Simon Cowell. This is more of a professional than that sort of voice. Anyway, after all of this, and the fact that we haven't talked to Rage in about 12 weeks, I think it is safe to say that we might as well use HM07, I believe, in the Hoenn games and dive on in.
Nice. Good segue.
Also, can we just appreciate the fact that, like, the die rolls, like, perfectly encapsulated each of our opinions.
Yep.
Yeah, there's one person that's like, it's okay. One, absolutely yes. The other, absolutely not. Oh crap! It's not even HO. It's not even 7.
I thought dive was like either 5 or 8.
It might be in Gen 6. It's dive is not number whatever. What is dive?
I'm Bulbapediaing it right now. In Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, it is 8. The Move Tutor teaches it in Platinum and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It is HM6 in 5. It is HM07 in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Okay, so I was right and wrong. Classic.
And it is TM45 in Gen 8.
Classic Anirudh, getting things right and wrong at the same time. Anyway, this definitely came after that we dove on in. So let's actually get to the plot. Welcome to Gale Beach. It's a beach, sort of. It's gaily, sort of. That's what I got for you. So my interpretation of this is like whatever a huge fishing town would be.
Ah, very nice.
I don't know why New England came to my head, but that's effectively what I'm thinking.
Well, that's not so much fishing as much as it is lobstering, and that's when you're thinking like up in like the Maine area.
Sure, this is Maine then.
A Maine lobstering town. Very nice place.
Okay. Unfortunately, we are not lobstering, or fortunately, we're not lobstering because I don't want to see crabbies out here getting chomped to pieces. So, instead,
Corefish,
though. Also corefish. Anyway, we are here. We are active. We are live in Gale Beach. Things are happening.
What time did we get to Gale Beach?
It is 8 at night.
We should probably like
Find a place to bed.
yeah, like rest for the night and then search during the daytime when people are like, awake.
Great.
That's fair.
What's the game plan?
Is there an inn in the town that we can stay in?
There
the inn?
probably is. There's the
Gale Beach Inn.
Oh, we have to be
No,
more
you gotta-
creative than that. Come
Gotta
on.
come up
Man.
with a more creative name than that.
Okay, all right, ready. The Inn of Gale Beach.
Rehoboth.
Hold on, I have to look up this word to make sure that it.
Ready, guys? Ready, guys?
It means-
Rehoboth Beach.
1 second. Oh, this is perfect. The Carvana Cabana. That's a fun name.
I like that. I like
Carvana?
Like the Pokemon.
Yeah, there's a silent H. For some reason, you said Carvana, and I was like, Carvana, like the car buying app.
No. Carvana, the Carvana Cabana. I think that's a cute name for an inn in a fishing town or like seaside town.
At the Copa.
Cool. So
Copacabana.
we enter the Carvana Cabana. As we enter into the inn, who is the receptionist / owner / all that stuff?
A Sharpedo.
Are we on Sharpedo?
I think Sharpedo's fine. I was gonna say Wilmer just for like comedic effect, but that's fine too.
You know who it is? It's an Infernape.
It's a Shuckle.
So the Sharpedo. Who is the Sharpedo?
The name.
Name, gender. Well, I know their job, but
Let me think of a name for a Sharpedo.
Okay, this is like not a receptionist-y name at all, but a fantastic name for a Sharpedo would be Bullet.
Bullet the receptionist.
I'm
we
awful
going
at
Bullet?
names. I'm awful at names.
we can go Bullet. A name is a name, and plus, there's a 1 in 108 chance that this character won't be seen again for a long time.
108. Oh God, how do you get that number?
We have 108 characters on this sheet.
There we go.
Isn't 108 the like number that like is associated with Spiritomb?
Huh?
Yeah, it's 108 spirits
Oh.
that form Spiritomb.
Look at
Or
me, I
Why
know
does
more
he
about-
know this and not me?
I know more about
Um,
Pokemon than Muhammad now.
it's all
I need
that
to- I need
streaming
to hop- I
Gen
need-
3 games.
I need to hop into stream one day, even though Spiritomb is a Gem 4 Pokemon.
He's not in Gen
Exactly.
3.
Did you say Gen Z? Get out of here.
I said it's not in Gen 3.
I heard a Z.
Well, I
Check
said
the
3.
Check the tape. He said Z.
Check the tape. I said 3.
Check the tape.
I'm about to quit the podcast at this rate. Y'all check the tape yourself. Alright, are we on with bullet?
I'd love to hear a compilation of all the times that made it into the edit where I have said check the tape.
Check the tape.
There's at least 5 or 6. I don't cut those out usually. Are we going with Bullet then?
Yeah, why not?
Hey!
Alright, so Bullet the Sharpedo, receptionist at Carvana Cabana. You know the
Carvana
song, you
Cabana.
know how it goes.
At the Carvana Cabana.
Cabana. Ooh.
Yeah, you guys know the song. Okay. Anyway.
There's two different
so-
songs, but okay.
Yeah, exactly. So you walk in, you see a Sharpedo kind of going through some pages. I don't know how that works, but it's just flipping through its notebook.
Well, it has flippers.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Just flips through its
Those,
notepad.
those are not called flippers. Those are called fins.
Fins.
Anyways.
Are you gonna walk in and talk to
Yeah, I
them?
walk up to the receptionist and I say, "Hello, we are from very out of town and we need a place to stay for the night."
Okay. How much will that be? Let's see. That'll be standard in price.
How much is that?
Whatever it was the last time you paid. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I think
It's
40
100.
Poke
It's
a night.
100 poke. It's 100 poke a night because we're not in that Iceland location that you were at last time.
Right,
Okay.
right. Yeah, standard hotel fare was 100 a night for just like a regular roll. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's
then
100.
13.98.
Kyle just puts this 100 Poke on the table.
Thank
Also,
you.
while I have your attention, is there a guild nearby in this town?
Why is Ralph looking for a guild?
Because free housing.
Sure.
You ask after you paid!
Yeah, but for future nights, if I have to stay here for longer, we don't know how long we're gonna be here.
A guild, huh? No, not in this area.
No local ones, nothing like that.
Nothing for a long, long journey, my friend.
I see. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, have a good one.
I'm assuming we got keys to rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys get room. Are you in the same room or different rooms? I don't remember if.
We each paid 100 Poke.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then in that case, room 107 and 108 are your rooms.
Oh my gosh, Spiritomb's gonna show up.
Kyle has the key to room 107.
I'm in 108. I'm terrified.
There you go. 107, 108 are your rooms. You head up to the first floor. All that stuff. You can sense the ocean in the air. It feels like a fishing town. I don't know if you guys. Even though fishing isn't
you
a
can
thing in
smell
this
the
universe.
south in
It
the air.
smells salty.
Yeah. It's comforting, but also distinctly different than Thunder Tree and Briny Breeze and all of those other areas that you've been. But
Yeah.
for the first time in a very long time, you are in a bed.
Yay!
Kyle puts his bag down, falls on the bed, and passes out.
And I do the exact
Great.
same thing at the exact same time, but coincidentally, because we're not in the same room.
Great. Also, because we have to throw it out there, Manaphy grabs some of the things from inside your bag, throws it on the ground, and plops on the bed at the same time because it wants to fit in. Sorry.
Aww. That's
He's
very
like,
sweet.
Flop. Flop. La da 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 da. It's the 15th. It's a Friday. It's 7 in the morning. I forgot what times you guys normally wake up.
7-ish, 7:30-ish.
All right, it's 7 in the morning. Ralph, you normally wake up first.
Yep.
Ring a ding ding, it's 7 o'clock. What's the game plan today?
I'm gonna go downstairs to the receptionist and ask if there's a complimentary breakfast at the end.
Yeah, in the room over there. Points in a direction.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm gonna go have some complimentary breakfast.
Yeah, you do that. We flash forward to 7:57. Kyle, are you awake?
7:57. Yeah, Kyle's been awake. He's gotten ready for his day.
Cool.
He's
Man, if he's still asleep.
Manaphy's still asleep, that's fine. Kyle just puts Manaphy in the bag and, leaves the room and goes down.
You
and
hear
starts...
very, very quiet snores, like barely visible unless everything is silent.
Oh, cute. Yeah, and then Kyle just, heads down and looks for Ralph because he knows Ralph.
Ralph is, for the first time in a long time, eating food, so he's enjoying himself.
Kyle grabs something and puts it in a small container, throws it in the bag for Manaphy, and then grabs something for himself.
All right. You guys are chowing down. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. What's the game plan? I feel like you probably need to discuss that with each other.
Well, we got.
It's like you're here,
right?
but why are you here?
We got an address, right?
You have Gale Beach.
We have Gale Beach. Does the book have an address?
The book does not have a street address, if that's what you're talking about.
Do we know the name of the weekly Tuff?
Yes, their name is Sendoran.
Right. Okay, then I'm gonna ask the Sharpedo about this Sendoran fellow. After I'm done with breakfast, I'll walk over and be like, another question. Sorry.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
We heard that there is an author named Sendoran around these parts. Would you happen to know where they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sendoran, right? Yeah. He's Gotcha. Farthest edge of the town. You wanna go for the last house? It'll be different colors. You'll be able to tell.
Which edge? The north edge, the south edge, the water edge?
Yeah, shout that. My apologies.
The south edge of the town. Okay.
Yep.
And then the furthest house out of there?
Furthest, it's the last one. No matter what happens, that house is always a different color.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, Tush, yeah.
Okay. I go back to the dining area. Is Kyle there too? He is, right?
Yeah, Kyle's down there. Kyle's
Okay.
eating. Manaphy is eating. You see the bag shuffle every now and then.
I sit down and I'm like, all right, talk to the Sharpedo out front. We have to go to the south edge of town. The very last house, he said, is going to be where Sendoran is.
Kyle gets up, puts his bag on his shoulders, and gets ready and starts walking out the door.
Okay, I thought you were done. I thought you weren't finished eating yet, but I guess I was wrong.
Kyle's ready to go.
All right. Let me start making our way down south. Walking
Okay.
fast.
Let me do a calculation real quick. Okay, so I need both. This is gonna sound weird. I need both of you to roll, and this isn't a real number, so you're gonna need random number generators. Both of you guys to roll a D40 4 times.
Whoa. Okay.
4 D40s. Whoa.
Oh, 4
And do you want the total, or do you want each individual?
Each separate.
All right.
I look up roll 4D40, and the first search result is, can WD-40 be used as a bearing lubricant?
Okay.
Google knows I'm an engineer. All right, roll.
All right. Well, I have numbers for you.
Cool. List them out for me.
I got 1, 25, 35, and
Roll 4
7.
dice. All right. I have 33, 21, 5, and 15.
How did we roll no even numbers?
Yeah, but
30. What was it? 33.
21, 5, 15.
While I figure out something that may or may not be important, both of you guys describe the town.
Well, if you just go ahead, well, we could describe it, but you could just Google like Maine lobstering town, and that's what you see. So like, there's the occasional like dock with like you got like your little like restaurants and your little like fishing docks, and there's a nice little main street with like a convenience store, and I love how I said you could just Google it and then proceeded to start describing.
Well, I googled it, and I'll describe what I see. It's like, yeah, it's like pretty quiet, pretty very like, I guess for like colonial era. I don't remember if there's a colonial history in the Alicast region, but
well, no, but like that's like the style of house. Like
yeah, it's like that style, you know. Not particularly busy or bustling, but very. I guess the best adjective to describe it would be quaint.
Yeah.
Hey guys, keep going.
Oh,
I love how you say. I love how you want us to stall for time. Like you're not gonna just edit out gaps anyways. Like
exactly.
We're not live. We don't need to stall for
the
time.
occasional passerby that we walk past kind of talks in that accent that the Piplup from Arc whatever would talk in. So like why I order like that sort of
really?
accent.
Interesting. Would not have placed that accent there, but fair enough.
And I'm just thinking like Boston,
No, but this isn't Boston. This is Maine. Very different.
Oh sure, okay, okay. It's that accent, but it's like got like a little bit of that Canadian like.
That's not what Maine sounds like at all. But
that's what I imagine Maine would
Wired
sound like.
just posted the third and final installment of this dude's
explanation of all the U.S. accents.
Yeah. The tour of North American English accents.
I've seen them in my recommended. I haven't watched them.
Oh, you need to watch all three of them. They're fantastic. But yeah, Maine is like it's got a lot of weird features to it.
Well, I don't know the Maine accent, but
I mean, neither do I. I don't know it that well. I've been up in Maine a handful of times, and I've heard people talk with a Maine accent, but I can't tell you what it's like. I can't describe it. This dude can because he's a dialect coach, so I would check that out. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. You threw me off. Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Yeah, I really don't remember what I was gonna say.
I'm watching this video right now of someone explaining a Maine accent, and the first phrase they said was someone might say "move the car." Don't know if that's what it sounded like when you were there, but
well, no. There is hints of a Boston accent, but there are differences.
Great. Okay, so there is a major thing that we have not discussed in a long time that is here in Gale Beach.
my pops.
Right. So now, unless you have a preference, we could randomly select who your pop's family is right now.
Or
you can tell me which one. Yeah, you can tell me which one you'd prefer. It does have to make breeding sense, which to put it bluntly, it has to be in the same egg group as Machamp, which I have on my screen here.
Let's do it.
If you have a preference, or I have 8 random selections.
It should be random because I don't know who my dad is.
That's also true. So, I need you guys to roll. Actually, no, Ralph, since you're Ralph.
Sure.
I have 8 different options here. Some are significantly more reasonable than others.
Okay.
We're gonna see which one you get, and we'll figure it out from there.
All right. Should I just roll a d8?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I got a 2.
Oh my, yes. Okay.
Is this the one you wanted, Anirudh?
This is Loki, the one I wanted.
Perfect.
It's not Loki.
I had 3 different. Yeah, Loki is your father. There are 3 different options that I had here that I was like, this is good, and this is one of them. This is probably my top one. So, congratulations, you have a father.
Great.
Downside, you may or may not meet him. Anyway, so as we continue forward on this adventure, you guys head farther and farther south, and as you go further and further south, the city kind of wanes out into more of a suburb location that sort of wanes out into just houses here and there, and you see at the very end of the last street a bright pink house that is very unlike the duller colors of everybody around.
That's very wiggly tough.
Wiggly?
I
can't do a wiggly tough. I can't do a wiggly tough. I tried.
What?
Edit that out. Edit that out. Edit out my attempt. Edit out my attempt. Please. Please. Don't put me on blast.
I can't do the Jigglypuff anymore. I used to be able to do Jigglypuff back when I was a young kid. Something like that.
That's not that bad.
I have such a deep voice now, guys. I can't do Jigglypuff anymore. Anyway.
yes, deep voice, business and money.
Yes, businessman.
Business and money.
Anyway, so there is a large pink house at the end of the street. Is that it?
Probably. That's what Bullet described.
I mean, we're gonna knock
Correct.
on the door.
Hold up, I gotta get prepared for this. Hello?
Hi. We are fans of your book. We want to talk to you.
Which book?
The Book of Myths.
Oh, interesting. Okay, hold up. Click, clock, etc. And you see in front of you a bouncing Wigglytuff.
Hi.
Hello. Sure. Why don't you come on in? I have some tea making. I'm making tea right now. If you're interested.
I would love some tea.
Sure. Come on inside.
Okay, we go inside.
You walk inside and you see this looks. How would I describe it? Like it's cozy. That's the best way you could describe it.
Oh, nice.
Like the inside of the house looks very much like a nice log cabin type of feel.
Yeah, it's
Not necessarily
warm,
like that, but
inviting, cozy.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And Wigglytuff starts bouncing towards what you could presume is the kitchen. You can hear the tea whistle going on. There's a lot of like carpets. There's a fireplace, nice sofa. You see a bunch of notepads surrounding a table nearby the sofa, presumably with notes for a book. You see a bunch of books on a shelf by the fireplace on both sides. Fun stuff like that. Fireplace is sort of gated. Cool house, basically.
Great.
Wigglytuff from a distance, from the kitchen, basically, is like, do you guys take any sugar or anything like that?
I would like as much sugar as possible.
Okay, and the other one?
Kyle just like looks at Ralph and just like shakes his head like no.
He doesn't want sugar?
Okay.
Or you not want tea, Kyle? Be more specific.
Kyle just gives him a look of like, come on, dude, context clues.
He doesn't want sugar, I think.
Kyle just gives him a nod of just like, yes, good job.
Okay, good. He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't want sugar. I know.
What about milk?
I like milk in my tea. What about you, Kyle?
Kyle nods.
He wants milk too.
Great. Anything else? Do you guys put anything else inside?
Not tea wise.
You see coming out Wigglytuff with 3 nice large cups of tea. Fun stuff. No. Of course, sit down.
I'm already sitting.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Sir, sit down as well. I assume Kyle's still standing.
Yeah. Kyle's gonna like, all right, like he's gonna like nod and like sit down.
Sure, here you go. Hands you guys a cup of tea, and Wigglytuff takes a cup of tea and starts drinking. So, what brings you folks here?
I look at Kyle. I'm like, do you want me to do the talking, or do you want to say something?
Kyle's gonna take matters into his own hands.
Good.
Because he doesn't trust Ralph to speak.
Good.
Kyle's just gonna go, we got a copy of your book on the myths and legends of the Pokemon world, and we were just we were just curious. We were wondering if there was anything that you may have heard that may not have been confirmed enough to get into the book, or like where you learned all these things. We have a very vested interest in learning these legends and myths, and we're curious if we could shed some light that wasn't quite in those pages.
Oh, interesting. Well, let's see. It all started way back when I was older, but still in Igglybuff at that time. And I just found an interest in the myths and legends of the past, and how fascinating they can be. Not just the lessons that you learn from talks about legendary and mythical Pokemon, but more about like the aspect of whether or not they're real. I mean, they're obviously real. This world can't have been created simply by pure scientific power alone. I mean, we have powers, for goodness sake.
Kyle's just nodding along like, yeah, no, totally makes sense.
Right, so imagine going into a field and learning more about these sort of things and ideas where there's this thin trail of evidence that links back to the ancient times. Absolutely fascinating stuff.
Interesting.
Kyle just has a look on his face of like, like interesting. Tell me more. Kyle's like very like attentive, hanging on to every last word.
Raph is like trying to mentally stay on top of it. He's like trying to make sense of what he's saying.
Sure. I mean, imagine, well, I probably shouldn't say. I mean, I understand that you're a fan of the book, but you probably won't believe me.
No. We believe you.
I mean, it's a little, how would you say? It's a little odd, the stories that I have.
Buddy, my middle name is Odd. We've seen crazy, weird things. We'd believe you.
Well, okay, so this would have happened when I was a Jigglypuff. So during that time, I was exploring. I was going through and learning more about the world and everything, the sort of aspects about a particular myth, which unfortunately I couldn't find any evidence for. But while going through there, I actually, how would I say, stumbled upon an interesting discovery.
What's the discovery?
Well, I discovered, much to my surprise, that legends are real.
So you saw? You're telling us that you saw a legendary Pokemon?
Of course, I mean it only makes sense after all. All the
Which one?
mythical and weird things, and all. I actually saw two, to tell you the truth. Although
Two?
they went to, yeah, it was quite surprising indeed.
Which ones did you see?
Well, I saw there were two dogs. It was I believe the myths call them Zacian and Zamazenta.
Ah, yes, Gen 8. Sorry.
Yes, the stuff I don't know. Thank you very much.
I look at Kyle, and I kind of raise like one eyebrow. I'm like, is this what we think this is?
Kyle just like gives him a slight like shake of the head of like, no, not yet.
Okay, I'm like, keep going.
Well, it wasn't very interesting. They were looking for an item. They seemed to have misplaced it, and so I assisted with their problems. I mean, I believe Zacian was missing that sword that all the stories seem to have it in its mouth, and I was an explorer at the time. I'm no longer an explorer, more of a historian, if anything. But I helped them with their search, found the sword. It's a nice, bright, shining, gold-looking sword. Not much design on it, personally, in my opinion. Anyway, I found that, gave that back to Zacian. They told me something about a Xerneas door, which made no sense to me. But at the end of the day, they sort of wished me luck, and ever since then, I've been extremely successful. So, makes sense for them to be legendaries.
Okay. How's your sleep been?
Disturbed recently.
Interesting.
I've been
I look
drinking a
at
lot
Kyle
more
again.
tea recently.
I look at Kyle again. I'm like, is this what we think it is?
Kyle is not sold yet. You can see on his face he's still skeptical.
How's your sleep been disturbed?
Weird dreams.
With everything that he says, I'm just looking at Kyle like, I think this is what we're looking for.
Different sorts of things, like weird dreams. I keep picturing that same Zacian moment over and over again. Very odd stuff, personally. This may sound kind of odd, but have we met before?
Kyle just kind of sighs and just like gives Ralph like a small nod of like, fine, go ahead.
Let me look at what my badge is doing.
Your badge, without being that obvious, is that obvious. It's like, bro, ya boy, there's one, not two, there's three of them in this room right now.
Okay. I take
Not
out my
one, not two, not three, not four, not five.
I take out my Recruits of the Lost badge and I'm like, then I think we have.
Kyle's just looking at Ralph like, yes, yes, come on, buddy, you can do it.
Do you want to join the Recruits of the Lost?
No.
What's the Recruits of the Lost? I have no idea what this is. You've spoiled the entire show. Game over.
Oh no! The badge sold me out.
It's the badge's fault. It's not mine. No. As soon as you say Recruits of the Lost, Wigglytuff starts looking off into the distance, almost like putting a puzzle in its head. It's like, wait a minute. Oh my goodness gracious. Are you two members of the Recruits of the Lost?
Well, yeah, and it appears you are too.
That does explain quite a bit, yes. Well, that's interesting. All right. Yeah, sure. Why not? I've been retired for too long and gotta stretch the bones and all that sort of stuff,
Okay.
Kyle's gonna try and make a phone call.
Yes. I was about to say
Ring a
that.
ding ding. Would you like a cell phone? No. They
Those
haven't
exist?
invented it, but no, it's weird. It's a Game Boy Advance, kind of tied up in a rope, and I'm trying to understand what this is. Anyway, so roll whatever the thing we've heard.
Arcana, which
that's
is
it.
smack.
Yes.
So 1d20 plus 1. Oh!
What'd you get?
Come on.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
A one.
Yeah.
For the first time in an extremely long time, your phone call is clean. It's crisp. It sounds like the person talking on the other side is right next to you. Speaking of, hey, Kyle.
Hey Adam. We've got another one. Can you meet us in now?
In now.
Now, yeah, sure. Hold up one second. Four. You want to carry? Yeah, 7. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, let's go. I'm sick of this work. And Adam hangs up the phone, and you feel a sight like poof.
All right. Kyle's gonna try and like go into Psychic World and take. I can't remember the Wigglytuff's name for the life of me right now.
Sendoran.
Zendoran with him.
So you take Sendoran and Ralph with you. I think with the nat 20, you're already there. You're just kind of like in both places at the same time for a split second. You're like, come on, follow me. Poof.
Surprise.
And you guys are in the hallway. As soon as you enter the hallway, you feel a door unlock. Hello, this is Anirudh, the GM, PM, DM of Not a Scratch, and thank you for listening to this episode. It's the finale! Insert loud cheers here. I'd actually put them in, but I'm on a time crunch because this is supposed to be out, and it's not, because you can tell that I'm doing it. Anyway, as always, episodes come out weekly, so be sure to follow us, subscribe, and do all those important things you ought to do when supporting a podcast. If you've enjoyed the episode and want to support us in any way, shape, or form that you can, the best way to do so is share us with your friends. Honestly, this is the best time. I mean, out of all the times you could share with your friends, this right here is probably the best. I mean, done 3 arcs, everything's in a nice bow. You get the gist. It's in a nice, neat bow. I'm on 1 take apparently, so perfect opportunity. Just let them in, bring them into the show, the community. Also, leave us a review on your podcasting platform. Reviews help to bring new people into our community and also give us advice on what we can improve on in the future. For example, midsections. I could probably improve on this one. You can also follow us on Twitter at NotAScratchCast, or email us as well at notascratchcast@gmail.com if you have any cool ideas to add to the podcast or just want to reach out to us. We also have a Discord for Not a Scratch and have a bunch of amazing people that have already joined. You can join to help build the Not a Scratch community. Now, there's a lot of songs in this one, so get ready for this. We want to thank Glitch X City for the songs Kirby's Dream Land, the Lo-Fi Remix, Vermilion City Lo-Fi Remix, Lake of Rage Lo-Fi Remix, Icarus City Lo-Fi Remix, Paoli City Lo-Fi Remix, and Chichester Lo-Fi Remix. I think that's correct. We also want to thank Glitch X City for Mystery Dungeon Through the Sea of Time Remix version 2, Mystery Dungeon Time Gear Remix, and Mystery Dungeon Primal Dialga Remix. Check out Glitch X City if you haven't already. They make fantastic music, and honestly, I think you're missing out if you're not. We also want to thank Tabletop Audio for the songs Solemn Vow, Elven Glade, and Tavern Music. We also want to shout out our patrons. We at Not a Scratch have a Patreon where you can get amazing extra benefits regarding the show and its future, including early access to episodes, special behind-the-scenes looks at what goes into the show, newscasts from the Outcast region, and more. You'll also be recognized during the show. Thank you to our guild interns Ginny, Harper, Alchemage, and Ursa93, our guild member Kira1, and thank you to our guild master Eli. For more information, check out the links in the episode description or contact us on Discord or Twitter. If you're interested in having a promo on the show for your podcast, we'd love to help. All you have to do is send us an email or contact us on Twitter or Discord, and we'd be happy to discuss more. Now, while this is the finale and there's no promo here, promos usually go out in the majority of episodes, so again, check out the descriptions, contact us if you want to talk about more things, and let's continue the finale of Arc 3.
Let's show him to his room.
Well, not yet. What door is it? What's on the door? Is there anything on the door yet?
Are you talking like Pokemans?
Yes.
There is a Xerneas.
Cool. All right. Interesting. So, because usually you pick a code name that's not the one that you. And anyways.
Yeah, he didn't see Xerneas.
He saw Zamazenta in the
I-
station.
Oh, right. I can't do names. All right.
I know Pokemon more than Muhammad.
Yes, you do. All right. Kyle's just gonna lead the way down to the Mew room.
So you walk over to the Mew room. The Mew room looks like the Mew room, purple void. I assume you walk in. At this point, it's like, yeah, come on. All right, y'all, poof, and la da 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 da. Garden.
And Adam should be there.
Adam's there. The squad is there, basically.
Oh, bet. All right.
Everybody's there.
Kyle's rolling up like he's got the boys behind him. He's like, all right, let's do this.
Introduction time
Uh,
again.
So you walk in to the place, I guess, and you see everybody you've ever met on this wonderful journey of chaos.
All right, and then what else? Kyle's also at this point gonna reach into his bag and like put Manaphy up on his shoulders too.
So you walk. Wigglytuff, as soon as you take the Manaphy out, it's like, oh, fast, pulls out a notepad and starts jotting down a bunch of notes.
And like getting real up close to Manaphy, like drawing, sketching, like doing the whole.
Manaphy, oh, I already forgot what Manaphy's birthday was.
Manaphy's like a whole 4 days old.
Hold up. I have Manaphy in here twice, by the way, so
Nice.
that's fun. The 12th. Okay, yeah, so it's probably around like 9-ish right now. So yeah, Manaphy is like 3 days old, give or take. But Manaphy at this point is just like looking at Wigglytuff, not even daring to move anything but its eyes. It's just like, duh, yeah. Like it's just, you just see its eyes moving back and forth as Wigglytuff starts spinning around. But nothing scary. Manaphy's not worried. It's just kind of like, okay,
Manaphy's
happening?
just like, this weird thing is studying me.
this is happening.
What is happening?
I am not moving. So you guys reach La Table in La Pavilion or La Veranda or whatever it's called.
La Gazebo.
La Gazebo, the thing that I never remember. You reach the
And you
gazebo.
lived in Munch.
I have. It's a shame. To be fair, I also didn't leave much. So, anyway, we are here in La Gazebo, and the entire squad is there. From the east, standing whatever Alakazam's height is and whatever Alakazam's weight is, it's Alakazam, Adam, and go on and so forth. So there is, as a reminder for everybody that is not caught up so far, there is Isaac the Vanillite, Pearl the Ampharos, Ralph the Machop, Kyle the Trico, Mrs. Quagmire the Quagsire, Sandoran the Wigglytuff, Aaron the Arcanine, and Adam the Alakazam. I don't know why that took me so long. My organization skills are not great. But
And
here
Manaphy.
we go. Oh yeah, and Manaphy the Manaphy.
Manaphy the child.
Yes. So you show up, and they are confounded at the fact that little blue blob is on your head right now.
Kyle's just staring at all of them like, what?
Stop. Was it something I said? Anyway, Adam, after a quick confused glare at the blue thing on your head, goes, why don't you introduce us to both of your friends?
Kyle just looks at Ralph like, come on.
Well, this is
Well.
a baby. This is a Manaphy. We haven't given it a name, but we found it in an egg and it hatched, and we think it has something to do with one of the items.
Manaphy starts
And-
waving its flippers around like it's almost saying hi. It's like, yeah.
And this is Sandoran, the writer of the Book of Myths, and apparently he's also a recruit.
It's absolutely great to meet you all. I much an honor. I know the good work you do. It's absolutely fantastic. I'd love to support any way I can. Here's my resume. Hands over like a pamphlet. Like,
Kyle's also gonna like look at Ralph and like look at Ralph's bag and be like make a motion with his hands of like the book.
Wait,
And
what's
is
it?
Ralph,
Say that again.
is Ralph taking the book or?
Well, I'm Kyle is like motioning to Ralph of like take the book out.
Oh, I take the book out. Sorry.
So at this, Isaac first goes over. I have to do this joke. Goes over to Wigglytuff and is like, I think we have the same voice. No, I think mine's a little bit higher pitched.
Oh,
It's almost like the voice actor has one voice. No, that's not
Here we
right
go
at all.
again.
Yeah, okay, great. Anyway, Isaac turns to the book and just kind of goes, "So you've gone through this entire book?" Have you both read through this entire book? Obviously, Doran here has read the entire thing.
I have skimmed through it. I have used it as a reference, but I have not read the whole thing. No.
Mrs. Quagmire looks at Quagmire. Yeah, that is her name. Mrs. Quagmire looks at you like death eyes, like, Ralph, you understand you're supposed to read the book, right? If somebody assigns you homework, you do the homework, okay?
I didn't think it was gonna be on the test.
It's literally the whole test.
I thought it was open book.
True, but you should probably still know where the book is. Like...
Anyway, I didn't read the whole thing. Sorry. Can't change that.
Okay, anyway. So where exactly are we going with this? Because I'm concerned.
About?
Just this whole thing.
Oh, like to save the world and all that?
Yeah, it's kind of realizing, we aren't exactly at 100% right now, and we'll need to be.
I think we're doing fine. We found 2 of the legendary items in the past, month. Or we're good.
Pearl's like, yeah, everything seems to be okay for me. Seems solid. I think we've got, more recruits and more items, and all well... if we keep going at this pace, we'll be done for sure.
Exactly. I like her optimism.
Yeah, but, as a teacher, I'm supposed to be pessimistic. So here we are.
But she does have a point. I don't know what to do beyond this point.
That's basically what I wanted to ask you at this point. Where are you going next?
Well, according to the clue that we had recently.
Are the clues all written down somewhere? They are, right?
Yeah, the paper is in this room.
It's in the... Yeah. Alright. Kyle's gotta, take the piece of paper, and he's gotta cross out the clues that they already solved. I'm assuming they're already crossed out.
Yeah, they're all crossed out. If you've got them, you've got them.
Alright. And Kyle's gotta take the paper and give it to Zendoran and just be like, alright, buddy. Get caught up.
Cool. So I'm going to roll smart with advantage because my boy... I'm gonna roll smart with advantage for 2 reasons. 1, he knows what he's doing. 2, it's a Wigglytuff, and my rules say Wigglytuff automatically gets an advantage.
Wigglytuff gets double advantage, actually.
Wigglytuff gets quadruple advantage. Who needs advantage? Nat 20, boy.
Nice! Zendora's about to give everyone, so this clue means this, so you need to go to this place and find this Pokemon and do this thing. For every clue.
I won't do that. However, okay. So of the clues,
now watch Zendoran be the mole, and now the bad guys have the leg up on everything.
I'm getting. Not gonna lie, I'm getting slight mole vibes from him. But
what? From Wigglytuff? No. Why would I do that?
He seems too nice.
Why would I do that? Pearl is literally a ball of optimism.
Yeah, but I don't know. She didn't make us tea.
Alright, remind me again which items you have. It's the grass cornet, the icy flute. Is that it?
We have the grass cornet and we have the icy flute. That's all we got.
Okay, cool. So here's what I will tell you. There are a few of them that Zendoran immediately points to. The first one is the Aquamonica.
Yeah. And when Zendoran points to that, Kyle points to Manaphy.
Okay. So that's the Manaphy that you show Kyogre, and as long as Manaphy doesn't hate your guts, you're good.
Kyle is just gonna chime in with a question. Oh, well, where do we find Kyogre?
So Kyogre normally appears at this point. Wigglytuff has pulled out an easel and has a teacher's stick and everything like that. Well, normally Kyogre will appear at the deepest ocean in the entire region.
And that is...
Unfortunately, it's on the other side of the continent.
Great.
It'd be in the Fluvius state.
It's in Fluvius. Let me look at where that is on the map.
Yeah, wait, I need the big map. Where is it again? It's not in our Discord, is it? No, it's not.
No, I have the full thing. Oh gosh, that is on the other side of the continent.
So
view photos and files. Big map. All right. Wait, where is Fluvius?
Fluvius is likely on the on the eastern side. Relatively smaller state, and a sea green sort of color.
Yeah. No, I see.
Yeah.
And all Zendora knows is that Kyogre will appear somewhere off the coast there.
Well, to be fair, you'll have to take a boat off of the easternmost port, basically, and go out to sea for a while, basically. Dive under, cross your fingers that Kyogre shows up. The deeper the sea, the more likely Kyogre will show up. You could try any sort of area, but near the Fluvius region the Fluvius state is probably the best.
Great.
Kyle just nods.
We now have a direction, but it's very far away.
Would you like to hear a story?
Kyle
love
very
stories.
aggressively nods, like, yes.
I love stories.
Because if I understand things correctly, based on all the information that I've been receiving while the player characters haven't been talking, it seems like we're collecting all of these items.
That is the goal.
Great. Let me tell you a story, and I think it might help.
I actually have the rest of the items, believe it or not.
It all started ages ago when I just collected all these items on a whim. I wanted to start a band, and then here I am.
Wait, this isn't it, is
No,
it?
that's not the story.
No.
Okay, I was like, whoa.
Hold up, I need to change the name of something real quick. Okay. I don't know if you actually heard the keyboard click, but there it is. So let me tell you a story. Everyone, if you'd like to sit down, it's a relatively short story. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. So,
Okay.
this is the story of the Swords of Justice.
Ooh, fun. I sit down and I cross my legs, crisscross applesauce.
Great. So, for the first time in an extremely long time, I have prepared something in advance for this show.
Wild.
Whoa!
You will notice, you will very quickly find what the inspiration of the Swords of Justice is once I reach the end. In the beginning, it's much more correlated to the actual Swords of Justice themselves, which you may or may not know if you have played through any of the Unova games. With that being said, let me go into it. So, no talkie. Long ago, when legendary and mythical Pokemon roamed the Alcast region, as you and I can do now, there were a set of 3 Pokemon that worked to do good wherever they were. They were the Swords of Justice, the first ever rescue team. The members of the team consisted of Terrakion, Virizion, and their leader Cobalion. Together, these 3 Pokemon would travel through the Alcast region, helping Pokemon with any issues that would arise. However, as more and more Pokemon asked for help, the team quickly realized that the 3 members would not be enough. They decided to find a 4th member to join their team. However, they could not simply pick a random Pokemon from the crowd. The newest Pokemon would have to not only be powerful and smart enough to stick with the team, but also balance out the flaws of the trio. Terrakion, while powerful, was headstrong and eager to fight against everyone deemed a threat. Virizion, while smart, was self-absorbed and took as much time focusing on others as they did on themselves. Cobalion, while courageous, was slow in action, making it difficult for instinct to kick in. The Swords of Justice knew this, and understood that they had to find a Pokemon who could balance them out. They conducted the first ever guild tryouts, though there was only one rescue team looking for a new member, and Pokemon from across the region showed their skills. They tested intellect, power, and leadership, similar to how modern guild tryouts do. Despite the search, however, they could not find a worthy Pokemon. Many who tried out were also headstrong, self-absorbed, overtly cautious, or a combination of these factors. The Swords of Justice, try as they did, could not find another Pokemon to join their group. One day, as the search looked more and more futile, they heard a commotion in the city they were testing at. It seemed that a nearby farm was burning down, and no one could put it out. If it spread, it could burn down the entire city. The Swords of Justice rushed to help. Let me restart that. The Swords of Justice rushed to help, but were surprised to find a young Pokemon attempting to put out the fire themselves. This Pokemon was Keldeo, and they lived at the farm that was burning down. The trio watched as Keldeo used its powerful water moves to put out the fire. The trio watched as Keldeo wisely attacked the fire, making sure the fire could not spread. The trio watched as Keldeo bravely jumped to save the farm when no other Pokemon would. Keldeo, however, was struggling to complete this task on its own, and the Swords of Justice helped whittle the fire down to nothing. Turning to Keldeo, they asked, "My child, why did you not run like the others did?" Keldeo looked confused and responded, "I do not know. I thought other Pokemon would be in trouble, so I tried to save them." With that, the trio knew that Keldeo was the perfect 4th member. They asked, "Why did you not try out for the Swords of Justice?" Keldeo nervously responded, "I did not feel confident I would succeed. How could I be successful where stronger, wiser, and braver Pokemon had failed?" The flaw of Keldeo was underconfidence, which the trio believed they could remedy over time. Soon afterwards, Keldeo was chosen as the 4th member of the Swords of Justice. As time continued, Keldeo became stronger, wiser, and braver, and was on par with the other members of the Swords of Justice. However, Keldeo was not a legendary or mythical Pokemon, and could only do so much with its limited power. Following discussions between the legends, they deemed that Keldeo had proven that they were a powerful Pokemon, but needed to complete tasks to join the ranks of the Mythicals. Accomplishing these would prove Keldeo's worth to the legends and myths, and become one of their own. There were some rules that Keldeo had to follow, however. As they were the only ones attempting to become legends, they could not have assistance from any non-legend or myth. They could also not accept payment or reward for any of these tasks. To watch over Keldeo throughout the journey and to wish luck, one of the Mythicals, Victini, was to join Keldeo on the quest, and was the only link that Keldeo could have to the other legends. Keldeo had to accomplish 10 seemingly impossible tasks in 30 days while following these rules. Despite everything seemingly against Keldeo, they accepted their request. Hours, days, weeks passed, and there was no word from Keldeo. Even Victini did not seem to bring any news. Many feared the worst. Perhaps the tasks were too difficult, or there unforeseen consequences. Did they send Keldeo to their doom? The hourglass for Keldeo's journey was running out of sand. 500 grains. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 20. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Wait! That's Keldeo! Keldeo had returned, and Victini confirmed all 10 tasks were complete, and Keldeo had proven that they were worthy. Their reward? A circular shell, blazing with Victini's fire. As Keldeo hit the sides of the shell, they began to change, almost like an evolution. Keldeo had unlocked a new godly form, its resolute form. Through hard work, dedication, and understanding of character, Keldeo became not only a sword of justice, but a member of the Legends forever. The end.
Wow, that's the best story I've ever heard.
It's also the only story I've ever heard. Yes, so I saw on your list you seem to have a fiery drum, and Keldeo played that shell kind of like a drum.
Okay. Do you have an idea of where that might be?
Sort of.
Explain.
I think the only way you can get the drum is if you complete the same task that Keldeo did.
Do you know what those tasks are?
Yes.
Wait. This is above game. That doesn't... Unless we have the clues mixed up with the items.
I never confirmed anything.
We might have mixed up a couple of clues then. Because there's show luck, that luck is with you, and there's save me from the grunts and I can save you from them. Well, what are the tasks? What are the tasks?
Sure, so the Keldeo tasks are these 10 tasks. Pull the tail of a Ninetale. Defeat a Hydreigon. Obtain all 4 Sourcebook leaves. Defeat the Blue Ember. Pluck the steel feathers of a Skarmory. Calm the enraged Tauros. Obtain the Tight Belt. Return the famous Lost Milk Tank. Find a Golden Apple. And defeat the 3 dogs.
Have we ever found a golden apple? I remember if we have. No.
No golden apple. Golden
I have a
bass.
huge apple, but no golden one.
Can I paint this gold?
Can I?
So, but I don't know if that would match up to any of the clues that we got. Is the thing. Because I'm trying to figure out whether this whole thing is really just, like, if it's legit or if it's a big red herring.
It's up to you.
What's the one that was like luck is with you? How did that one read?
Show luck that luck is with you.
Well, how do you show luck that luck is with you? You do the 10 tasks. Like, that's kind of the most straightforward interpretation.
Yeah.
And given that this whole thing is like Victini, and that's like the lucky Pokemon.
Ah, interesting.
Wait, you didn't know that?
No. I just didn't make that connection.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because I think the thing that we were thinking was, like, the fiery drum could be Heatran, would save me from the grunts, and I could save you from them.
No. That's very vague. There's no guarantee that that's Heatran. Although...
It very much lines up with...
Oh, with Heatran's, like, story?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it is Heatran, but maybe it's for a different item.
Well, no. Well, I mean, it might be for the rock horn, maybe.
Could be. Is Heatran rock fire?
I thought it was fire steel.
Heatran.
Fire steel.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the rock horn anyway, or another item.
Or it could just be another Pokemon.
Right.
But yeah, show luck that luck is with you would make sense for Victini, considering Victini was in this story.
Yeah.
So
And also, Regigigas gave us the Icy Flute, and that's not an ice type, so...
true. Cool. So we
All right.
have. Can I get this list of tasks in like text form?
Yeah, it's in the Zencaster right now.
Okay, cool.
So what I think might be the best thing to do is to start making our way to Fluvius, and then along the way, see if we can do some of these 10 tasks. That's my guess.
Well, Kyle's gonna look to Zendoran and see if he's got any more clues for us.
Let's see. Does anyone know what the first creation is referring to on that one?
What does the clue read?
Show the land rival that the first creation trusts you.
I get Mew? I don't know.
Kyle's
If I
gonna
have
like
to-
grab the book and like start thumbing through the book and see if he can find something.
So if I have to guess, it'd probably refer to Mew.
So we just have to casually find Mew.
Easy.
Yeah. I don't know how that would work.
Interesting.
That's all I've got for unfortunately. The other ones are just either vague or you've already calculated out, what Pokemon comes out and stuff like that. At least from the clues, I don't know.
Well, yeah. Does Zendoran know anything about the locations of Mew or Rayquaza or Victini or these tasks?
Sure, Rayquaza. I've never known. You would want to one of two things. Either A, you want to get a teleport gem and teleport yourself to the sky, but those are extremely complicated to create and impossible to buy. Alternatively, you'd have to request the help of a flying type legendary Pokemon.
Right, because that's a very easy thing to do.
Well, those are the only ones that will be allowed to reach that area without Rayquaza or someone else instantly striking them down. So
Okay, well, and this is to get to Fluvius?
no, it's to meet with Rayquaza.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And then where would we find? Like, does the dude know where we'd find Mew or Groudon?
Groudon's likely to be underground, so I would recommend checking out any large mountainous region. There's a mountainous region, I believe, in what's it called? In Petrum. In Petrum, there's a huge mountainous area. It's about like smack dab in the middle of the region, or at least this side of the region. Smack dab in the middle there are some of the tallest mountains. If you try to find a way in and then down, that's your best bet.
Interesting.
Again,
So-
these are all assumptions, because Kyogre likes to be in the deepest part of the water, and Groudon likes to be in the deepest part of the earth. So my guess is underneath that mountain, because that's probably the deepest location, but I'm not 100% sure.
And Mew?
Absolutely no idea.
All right.
Well, we have a lot of helpful hints. Kyle's gonna like look up to everyone else and see if everyone else is following along too.
Everyone else seems to be on page with what's going on. The question is, who's going where and how are we distributing it?
A part of me thinks...
Well. Kyle's just gonna chime in and go. Where is everyone right now?
Good question. I don't know. Let's see. Where is everybody? Who exists? That's a good question to ask. Okay. So let's go through the list. You two are together, as well as Sandoran,
Inventus, Gale Beach.
Inventus, and Gale Beach.
And we have Manaphy with us, so we need to be the ones to go to Fluvius at some point.
Correct. I thought you could hand them off, but I don't think Manaphy would like that.
Well, it needs to be someone that Manaphy trusts.
Yeah, which is basically you, maybe Ralph, and that's about it.
Yep.
Let's see here. Mrs. Quagmire and Pearl are both in Snowdrift City, which is in the Ave state, near the river, down at the bottom.
Okay. So not near anything we could potentially do.
Correct.
Oh wait, yeah. Before we go on with the rest of the locations, where do we complete the 10 tasks?
You'd have to do them. There isn't a lot of information on how Keldeo was able to succeed, but Keldeo started with the legends and ended with the legends. So if there was a way that you could somehow inform Victini, you'd have to inform Victini that you're doing the tasks, and then make sure that Victini could follow you, because the big thing was that Victini was able to check them off.
So we'd have to find Victini.
So you'd have to find Victini.
Which would be where?
Initial guess, probably Flama. in the state. Where is a tough question. But Victini is one of the few legendary Pokemon that'll bounce around a lot. Like a lot of people like to stay in their general locations. Victini will go all over the place, according to legend at
Ugh.
least.
Like a Mesprit. Gross.
Oh, Mesprit. Oh boy, Mesprit will go into different like worlds, jump between here and other universes. I shouldn't have said universes. Sorry. There's
The
this
Not
weird
a
universe
Scratch
where
multiverse
humans
confirmed.
exist. There's this weird universe where humans exist. It's so bizarre.
All right, cool. So that helps with that. All right, so the Quagmire and the Ampharos are in the Ave region. Where's everyone
Correct.
else?
The other three, Isaac, Adam, and Aaron, are all currently in New Shimmer City.
So no one's okay. So Kyle's gonna like look up at Adam, Aaron, Isaac, and point to like the big mountain area on the map, and I just look up at them like y'all do y'all have this?
Sure, yeah. I think we can, you guys think we can do it? Absolutely. I think we've got the opportunity to do this and play it right. Yeah, us three should be able to handle it. Looking for Groudon. Yeah, Isaac, you got this, right? Because Groudon, ground type, you'll be fine. No, excuse me. We're fighting a bloody legendary. You think you're gonna sit around here and talk? And they have a chatter about that.
Well, they'd also need to find Mew first.
Yeah, and we'd have to find Mew. Where the devil you think you're gonna find Mew? Just sitting around doing nothing.
Kyle just shrugs like,
Good talk.
Kyle's then gonna point to the Flama region and look up to Ms. Quagmire and Pearl and Zendoran. Gotta look up at those three.
Well, I don't know why I'm doing a British female voice. We don't have a British female character. Well, yeah, we could probably go to Flama, but I don't know how Zendoran's going to be able to join us because Zendoran's with you guys.
Kyle just points to like a point. Like if you draw a line from Gale Beach to the easternmost line to the easternmost point of Fluvius, right? If you draw that line and you draw the line from Snowdrift City to like the border of the Flama region, where those two lines intersect, Kyle just points at that point.
Oh, so do I have to? All right, I'll travel by myself, I guess. Is that the idea?
At this point, Kyle's done gesturing and just says, "All five of us can meet up here, and then Zendoran can go with the two of you to the Flama region, and we can go to Flute."
Okay, sounds like a plan to me. Cool.
And then we could have the other two that are in New Shimmer City. They could go to Petram / Sandlot City, and they could start looking for Groudon.
We already have people on that.
Okay.
That is them. Yeah. So
Okay. Cool.
we have a group going to the mountains in Petram, and then the group going to meet up at like Flama border, and then split up from there.
Perfect. At this rate, we're gonna get 3 legendary items.
If everything is successful. But of course, you also
Now-
have to find Mew, Victini,
Our job is easiest. We just have to find Kyogre.
the Kyogre part. Yeah.
Minimum 1 legendary. item.
Our job is easy. All we have to do is just find Kyogre.
Well, the others have to. Well, one has to find Victini and then do tasks. One group has to find Mew and then find Groudon. We've got half our job done.
Basically.
And then what would be left? Because that would get us the Aqua Monica, the Fiery Drum, and the Terra Symbol. So we'd be left with the Rock Horn and the Sky Melodica. So find some flying type legendary to get us to Rayquaza, and then beat Rayquaza in something.
We're gonna play
And
chess.
no, I'm genuinely ready for like in Arc 7 or 8 when we finally have our showdown with Rayquaza. Rayquaza's like, all right, and pulls out like a game of Candyland, and it's just like, roll the dice.
Guys, we're playing Candyland. Let's go. The most powerful of games.
Shoots and ladders.
Oh no, the tragedy. Cool. Do you guys have a plan?
I think we do.
We have a plan.
Who's Adam? Probably. One quick question.
Yeah.
Who's finding the other members?
Usually we just kind of run into them on the way. We haven't been like looking for them specifically.
All right. I mean, as long as that's the case, but we do need all of the items and all of the people in order for us to prevent the darkness from growing and blah 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 blah. You know, all that bad stuff.
Well,
Right.
hold on. So on the map, weren't there like pieces of different colors, right? Like red pieces and green pieces.
What are you talking about?
No, like last time on the map, wasn't there like the whole like didn't Adam have like the whole chessboard layout of like people?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but that sounds like a good idea.
Wait, what? No, like
I'm-
above game. Am I just misremembering something?
Yes.
Wasn't there like pieces on the map that Adam was messing
No, you're
around
right.
with?
There were pieces on the map.
And Adam just has no recollection of this?
Adam has no idea what you're talking about. He's noting this down as a good idea.
Weird. That is very sus.
Isn't it when you saw Adam like playing around with pieces on a map? Wasn't that like in like a vision of the future or whatever?
Wait, yeah, that totally was a dream. Oh, yeah.
Like it was a dream, and then it was like Adam's playing with pieces on the map, and then like Ralph is in a room with like a different unknown Pokemon, and we're like talking, and like there was that whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
So Adam goes, that sounds like a good idea, but no idea what you're talking about. You should probably go collect those things. What do you recommend, Kyle? Like miniature figurines or something?
Kyle just nods like, yeah, do that.
Go to your local game store and get some D&D figures.
That sounds cool, yeah. Dungeons and Dragonites. Sounds like a game. So now what?
I mean, everyone is on board with the plan.
1, 2, 3, break. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so popping back.
We Kyle gives everyone a wave and just pieces.
Pop, etc. Oh no, you left Manaphy in the world by yourself. No. Gosh, I forgot to bring Manaphy back. Manaphy sitting there like,
Manaphy always
Where
rules
did
with
everybody
Kyle. We know
go?
this.
So you pop back. Wigglytuff is now like excited, invigorated, just like, okay, let's do this. Haha, you know? I cannot wait to get started. Let me go pack my bags.
Kyle just like sits there patiently waiting.
While you're patiently waiting, you want to just look around, I don't know, check out the place?
You make it sound like there's something to see.
There may not be. Honestly, I'm trying to think if there's anything to see. So, if you...
Is there anything to see? You tell me.
The fireplace has a bunch of pictures.
What are the pictures of?
It looks like family pictures, close friends, people like that, fun stuff.
Any Pokemon that we recognize?
That you recognize? No.
Any
Ralph.
Pokemon that any Pokemon that share a striking resemblance to Ralph?
Hey, guess what? So, Ralph, you get this odd feeling about this one picture.
Okay.
Okay. It looks like a class photo, like a college graduation class photo type thing.
Okay.
Like picture like in elementary school where they had all the kids line up in rows.
Picture
Take a picture
day.
of that. Yeah, picture
Yeah.
day stuff. Except it's for college, which would
Okay.
take forever, but it's a significantly smaller class. And for some odd reason, you feel drawn to that specific picture.
Look at that picture. We're still in like the Wigglytuff's house, right?
Yeah.
You're in the
yeah.
Wigglytuff's house.
I look at this picture and I'm like, are you in this photo?
Huh? Oh yeah. I'm in the bottom row.
Oh, that's cool.
And sure enough, in the bottom row, you see a Jigglypuff with a hat that's like almost falling off.
That's cool. I don't know why I'm interested in this photo. Anybody in this photo that like you remember or are good friends with, or I don't know, family?
Sure. There's Chatout's a fun guy. There's Sunflora, and who else is there? There's Loudred and Corfish. And then there's the what's the name? The Riolu Machop at the far right. Those are fun guys.
I'm a chop.
Yeah, she was a fun person. Very calm, I suppose, which is very unlike
Oh,
the other ones.
were any of these dating while you were in college? Any of these people?
Well, sure, like I just said it. The Riolu and the Machop were dating at the time. I
Did
think they got
end up-
married.
Oh my gosh. My dad's a Lucario, probably.
Wigglytuff pops his head out of the cabinet, which you've noticed has been making a bunch of noise. That one room pops out. Huh?
That Machop, I think, is my mom. And I think that Riolu...
Wait, hold up. You're telling me your last name is Fisthands?
Yeah?
Oh my goodness.
Um,
No wonder I thought I knew you. You look exactly like your mother.
Oh, I thought you knew me from Recruits of the... Okay,
This has been a 2 + 2 = 4, but not in the way that you probably thought it'd be.
so... What was my dad like?
Oh, you adventurous. Always looking for the
Mhm.
next task, always looking for the next goal. Fun person. He was over here actually a couple weeks ago.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you
Why,
know
is
where
it-
he went off to?
Not 100% sure yet. He said he has some business.
Did he say where?
Can't remember. I think it was at the Green Lake.
And where's that?
It's in Fluvius. His father's out.
Well, we're going there anyway, so we're probably gonna run into him.
I don't know. I mean, he might be done
Kyle
with
just
business
has a
by
very blank look on his face as he's watching this conversation happen, and just like, huh?
Anyway, well, we should probably get going soon because we gotta show Manaphy to the Kyogre, and that
then.
is
Yes,
the
absolutely. Yes. Let me
that is
finish
the
packing.
only reason we're going to Fluvius.
Let me finish packing. And you hear more noises and stuff in the background. And as you hear these noises, something else strikes you as peculiar, Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe I'm doing this, but we're rolling with it.
Okay.
You look more carefully at this photo, and with the exception of some of the members, like Wigglytuff mentioned a few names, like Sunflora and Chatot and stuff like that. You have no idea
Yeah.
who those guys are. But basically, everybody that he didn't mention, you seem to recall them for some reason.
What?
In this sense, like you look there, and you see an Empoleon, and you see a Smeargle.
Mm.
Who else do you see? You see multiple Sceptile.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Is there a Mr. Mime?
There is a Mime Junior.
Oh my gosh. All of the adults we've encountered went to the same college. That's Snow's
Insert other
parents.
famous characters here.
That's Jeeves. That's Kyle's parents.
When you hear Kyle's parents, Kyle, what do you say? Are you looking at the photo by now?
I mean, Kyle at this point, like, he's still sitting down. He just kind of looks up, like, what is he like? What is he
Wait.
saying?
Is Adam or Miss Quagsire in this photo?
Adam is not in the photo. Mrs. Quagmire is not.
I also said Mrs. Quagsire. Oops. I'm gonna shout back to Wigglytuff. Was there anyone in this class that was like really shady and just gives off the evil vibe?
What?
Yeah, look at that Zorua right over there.
Yeah, I remember the Zoroark right there. No, I don't think so. We were all a nice, close bunch of people, though it's been, I don't even know, like 10, 15 years or so since we've last talked to each other for the most part. I mean, I see them here and there, but...
Wow. Well, that's kind of crazy. I just kind of like sit there and I just sort of think in silence while the Wigglytuff is packing up.
Ooh, okay. All right. I need to remember this, but this is going to be perfect. You hear a knock on the door.
Oh, should I go get that?
Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm still packing. Hold up.
Does the door have
So
people?
who's getting that? Who's getting the door? Ralph or Kyle?
I
Ralph.
offered. Yeah. Is there
Okay,
a peephole
Ralph.
on the door?
No.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna open it.
You open the door, and you see in front of you, floating in front of you, an onion.
Oh, what? An onion?
An onion, I think is the
So-
best way to describe it.
Is there an onion Pokemon?
There is an onion fairy looking thing.
But Celebi? Oh, that's not Celebi. Is it?
And Celebi turns to you both and goes, Ralph, Kyle, I need your help. And that's where we end this episode. And the end of the series.
The
Let's
mythical
go.
Pokemon just shows up at our door?
That's where we will end this episode.
Oh my.
That's wild.
So,
That's kind of wild.
ta-da.
Ta-da! Excuse me.
That's all I got, man. Thank you very much for listening to the entire show so far. This is the end of Arc 3. I am saying this for everyone's sake. We are going to take a break. Now, by we, I mean we in real time, not we in future sense.
Podcast time.
Yeah,
Not we
podcast time,
when
like-
you're listening, we when we're talking.
Yes. That makes more sense for some reason. We are taking a real break for insert reason that you feel like adding here. There's a lot of different things that are compiling together. The college, the life, the other stuff. Actually, that's pretty much everything. So, as a result, I don't know why I'm saying this, because you're still going to get episodes weekly, and then the standard next week is going to be a Q&A session, which will probably happen whenever this episode comes out, which I think if we do the math is sometime in June or July, like
Probably.
somewhere around there.
End of June, start of July,
Something
depending
like
on
that.
special.
We'll see
episodes.
if we're right. We may not be. This could come out much later or much earlier. But that is the case, so expect the Q&A episode next week. By then, hopefully, as of this point, only the Arc 0 summary episode is out. By then, hopefully, Arc 1 and Arc 2 have their summary episodes out, so it'll be It'll likely go, this is the finale, next week is Q&A, the week after that, sometime in that week, it'll be the summary episode, and then a little bit later is the beginning of Arc 1, or 4, sorry, and a trailer for that, because we did that for Arc 3, and that was cool. Yeah, that's stuff happening. I don't know, is there anything else that I'm missing that would be really important to mention?
No, I think that's it. Basically, what Andrew's trying to say is, because we're taking a break for like a month, I'm not gonna remember last.
Oh
the
yeah,
last arc.
yeah.
When you hear the beginning of Arc 4, it'll be a lot of us trying to remember things.
Probably.
Yeah, so
Slight spoiler.
apologies for that. Although the streak will likely be over. If it's not over, the streak will never die. So, we're trying our best here to mess them up, and it's not working. So, I think that's it. Is that pretty much it? Yeah.
That covers it.
I think
Cool.
so.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope watching, listening, however you are absorbing this podcast. We hope that you have enjoyed. I have been, for the last time in Arc 3, your PM, your DM, your GM, Andrew himself.
And I've been Mansour playing Ralph.
And I've been Muhammad playing Tuff.
And until next time, Celebi, take care.